Hello beautiful people, how are you doing today? I'm so excited to see you here again on my channel. Welcome back, let's get started. So today we're doing something a little bit exciting, but again, not really, just because I'm going to be touching on a topic that I haven't touched in a while. We are doing a back to school makeup. As it may be exciting to do the makeup, it's not so exciting. Well, it was not for me to go to school. The only thing that I liked going to school was meeting my friends and learning like something new. I hated doing homework. I hated listening for lectures, like hours of lectures. I hate sitting down for so long, but I was actually excited every time to get myself up and ready. But back then I used to love getting up very early in the morning, so this is why and how I have disciplined myself. I usually wake up around 6-7 a.m. just because of that, and also I have disciplined myself to do makeup really quickly, and this is what we're gonna do today. We're gonna touch bases on how to do your makeup very pretty and very fast. We are going to use mostly drugstore makeups. I try to do drugstore makeups just because going back to school times I couldn't afford a lot of makeup and my parents would never buy the makeup that I want, so sometimes I would either be using something from my mom or something that I have saved up on and purchased. It was quite of a hard time because your girl loved makeup but had no job. Yeah, so I wasn't having that cash flow coming in at all, so I couldn't buy myself any makeup, but I was able to have a very nice mom who was going to buy me makeup. So if you were to go and get yourself some makeup, here are some tips that I would recommend. If you are going to a drugstore and if you're going to like Ulta, you probably will be able to find those makeups. And also if your mom or you are able to shop on Amazon, also that is somewhere you could get. And also I will be touching bases on one of the parts of Shein makeup, SheGlam. SheGlam is one of my favorite brands as well because it's so affordable, and also it's not as bad as many might think, and it actually works really well. So if you are able to purchase those items, I would recommend them. If not, you could definitely improvise with whatever you have. Don't ever think that you're limited with makeup. You don't have to use the things that I do. This is just a technique that I show you guys, and you could use your own products. Let's get started because your girl loves rambling. Like, I have to stop rambling. What's wrong with me? All right, you guys. Let's get back to the makeup. Going back to school times, mostly high school times, I did not really know how to prep my face correctly. So what I used was probably like some type of cream, which is still okay, but I did not usually use anything. I would just put makeup like on top of like clear skin. But I've learned over time that it's very important to put on some product onto your face before you have makeup products on, just because it will keep the makeup on really well. It will have that hydrated look, especially if you don't put any moisturizer. It will probably look cakey. So skin prep is really important for makeup to look good in general. No matter how much you layer your makeup or else, just know that having good skin prep is the most important part. I used to not do that, so I'm here to teach you all how to do it. I'm going to start off with sunscreen. Going to go very simple. You don't have to have any type of moisturizer. Usually what I would use is called CeraVe Ultralight Moisturizing Lotion. This is facial lotion. It's super light. It works as a primer. It does smell like sunscreen, but it smells like summer, and I love smelling that one so much. This one is by Shiseido. I've got this one at Ulta. This one is on the pricier side. I wouldn't recommend it for school kids, but it's also a very good one. You could definitely use it. I'm going to use the 2-finger rule. I would honestly never forget this step. You could forget your cream, you could forget everything, but you don't forget your moisturizing, but don't forget your sunscreen. I'm gonna use the 2 fingers and put it throughout my whole face and neck. Very nice and thin layer of skin. I just love the smell of this one. It smells like plants. It reminds me of summer. Before we continue, I just want to add in my lip balm. This is going to be the only lip product that I'll be using. If you are into lipsticks or lip glosses, you could definitely add that one, but I would only recommend lip balm. This is easy, very simple and easy step. It will always keep your lips hydrated. Just keep reapplying your lip balm, and especially for the schools that require for you to have like very minimal makeup on or don't allow it at all. Lips are hydrated, skin is protected from the sun. We are ready for other steps. We are now going to be hydrating our face with a primer. The most important part about high school is that I learned that my skin gets really dry in the environment. The quality of air at school for some reason is so bad, and we would spend our time like in classroom for so many time, and we would spend our time for so long in a classroom and just sit there, and your skin will get really dry and flaky. So I learned to hydrate my face really well, and a primer similar like this one works really great. This one is called Shade. I would never say this brand name correctly, but this is a drugstore brand. Really nice primer. It smells like watermelon. It smells like watermelon. It is a new drop. I got it as PR and I cannot stop using it because honestly it just smells amazing. I love watermelon. So yeah, any good primer. You could use Milk primer, you could use NYX, which is similar to the Power Grip from Milk. But yeah, this one works really well as well. It's very hydrating. My skin is glowing, a very healthy glow. It doesn't look like I'm sweaty, but not really. I don't think I look sweaty. But yeah, this is amazing. It leaves the skin looking nice and glowy, and the glowy part is the end goal for this look because we want to look healthy, we want to look hydrated at any time of the day at school. I just got a message that my order is getting shipped very soon. I just ordered this shelf. I want to put it right there because I want to add in a lot more makeup into my beauty room. My beauty room is my bedroom. I only have a pretty vanity, which I actually moved. It's right in front of me now. It used to be on there. Now I want to add a dresser over there, but the dresser will be full of makeup. I'm just so excited because I want to learn makeup so badly, and I want to share it to you all, and I want to share my new techniques, and that's why I'm taking a course, learning new makeup, new types of makeup, and what will make you all look much prettier than you are. That is why I'm learning how to do makeup, how to learn makeup and become certified, so that I could teach you all with all of my techniques that you could learn how to embrace your own uniqueness and make yourself even more prettier in your own eyes. So yeah, I'm so excited for that. We're gonna get expansion to our makeup. But yeah, let's get back to the video. So for our glowy base, I'm going to be using the e.l.f. Halo Glow. I have shade light medium, shade number 3. This is a perfect shade for me. It's very nice and glowy, very light tint. So it's like, I'll say tinted moisturizer. It's kind of similar to the Charlotte Tilbury one. I have never tried the Charlotte Tilbury one, but I've seen the results on like TikTok, social media. I've seen that they're very similar. So I thought I would give this a go to the back to school makeup because you're going to be able to filter out yourself with a little bit of tint and also have that nice healthy glow in general. I'm gonna put it on the back of my hand right here. I think this will be enough, and I want to mix this in. This is the Revolution Bright Light Glow Drop. This is in a shade Stardew Glow. It's a nice dewy finish. I have not actually tried this one out just yet, but I've seen people use it. You guys, it looks so beautiful. This one has squalene hyaluronic acid, and I think I'm going to be using right after for my blush. Very nice and subtle blush. It has a nice tint, enough of tint for the summer makeup and also for back to school makeup. I think it's just beautiful. All right, I'm going to be adding like just a little more. It always comes out with a lot of force. That's why I'm not a big fan of this packaging, but whatever. I'm just going to mix the two with my finger and apply it with my finger as well. And I'll put it all over. So I don't like to have a lot of makeup, and I don't like to promote a lot of makeup, especially for back to school, but it is really depends on your preference. If you are trying to do a back to school makeup, I would suggest just keeping it very nice and natural because, you know, there's gym classes, you don't want to sweat in your makeup. Yeah, so just keep it nice and minimal, but I will be keeping a concealer on to this tutorial because I do feel like you know, the hormonal acne, maybe blue under eyes do need to be covered sometimes, but again, it's just a preference. But I'll be adding it in this tutorial so that you could see what you could do to have that nice and natural look without it making look like you have too much makeup on. And actually, you probably will fool a lot of people, and you probably won't be able to tell if you have a lot of makeup on, maybe just your lashes. So now I want to blend it all out. I'm firstly going to use my fingers to blend it out, so I'm just going to use tapping motions. I would never recommend to wipe stuff at all. You could only do that with like moisturizers, but honestly, I would also recommend just dabbing everything in because you don't want to stress your face or your skin out. And especially at a very young age, you'll just thank yourself in the future, honestly. So I'm not dragging my skin at all. Like, we're not doing these motions. We're not like stretching the skin, you know, we're just tapping it. I still have a habit of like stretching it out, but I do still like encourage people for no stretching so that it doesn't create new upcoming wrinkles. But yeah, this will just save you off a headache in the future. I don't have much wrinkles yet. I am 22 and then yeah, I don't go to school anymore, but yeah, I think it's just a good thing to have in mind when you are applying makeup or skincare. You guys, I'm looking at a mirror right now, like to the mirrors that I have in front of me and to the side. I'm in love with this finish. I don't know if this is just the halo glow or the glow drops from Revolution, but they are working really well together. It does still cover some imperfections. It does even out the skin tone, which is beautiful. This is exactly what we want. We don't want like a full coverage foundation. We just want very light coverage, but it still covers the imperfections that you may be worried about. Like I had a pimple right here and it's much less visible now. Whatever is left off your finger, make sure you like tap it on your lid. We're gonna go back into the lid once we finish with our eyebrows, but just very slightly. No facial abusing. No facial abusing. I'm just gonna add whatever is left on the back of my hand over to my neck so it all blends in. Sometimes we fail to do that, and I know I have failed to do that when I was going back to school. Are you seeing my skin right now? My skin is looking like skin, but better. That is like what I'm talking about. This is what we're looking to do for back to school makeup. I'm just going to clean off my hands with my eraser. I have this thing handy and it's moist from water. It erases everything you would possibly need. Like, it's very handy. I like to use the back of my hand a lot, and also a mixing palette. And this comes in handy when I want to clean it off and add in new makeup. So handy. Also, I sometimes use it to wipe off my lip balm. It's very nice because it doesn't irritate your skin. So if you're planning to do something with makeup and do the same thing or same technique as I do, this is very handy. You could get those on Amazon. I think it's called Makeup Erasers. It has ruffles. I'll link it down below in the description. This is coming from Amazon, so it will come from my Amazon storefront if you're interested as well. All right, so now we're up for the eyebrows. I want to do very simple eyebrow look. We're not doing anything very big and bushy. We are doing very nice and sleek. I will be using an eyebrow pencil, and also I want to use a brow soap technique. I'm sure you have seen it before. The soap brows were quite in trend in the past, but they seem to be still in trend because I do like a very nice and sleek eyebrow look. It looks very nice and clean and also very neat, and I think it's perfect for the back to school makeup tutorial. So let's get that on. I'm going to firstly fill in my eyebrows with a NYX eyebrow pencil. I have NYX Precision pencil. This one is what I usually use, and it's in shade gray. So the idea of this is that we do not press on it too hard so it doesn't give us too much pigment. We are doing it very lightly, just so that we could fill in the empty areas and where we are lacking the eyebrow hairs. Just overall shaping them just very lightly. I'm sure that in high school, many of the people that do their makeup mostly have natural eyebrows, and I'm very up for that. So you could definitely skip this step if you don't need to, but your girl does not have much eyebrows. Well, she does, just not dark enough for me because it blends in with my makeup too much sometimes. So I try to fill them in so that they look a little more natural. I'm going to be using the Anastasia Beverly Hills brush. This is just the brush for the eyebrows and it has the brow brush as well. I'm going to be only using the soap, so we're not going to need this area too much. You could use any type of soap. There are different types of brow soaps. You could either get it from Shein or Amazon, whatever you like. I have, this is Brow Heights by Brow. This is the one that you could just spray on with their rose water onto the brush. Then just use it like so, like any other brow soaps. All right, so now my technique would be is to brush them up first. It will look a little funny at first, but just trust the process. I'll brush them up. We'll do the same thing on the other side. Okay, and now I'm going to take the eyebrow spoolie and just like brush them to the side so it all looks nice and cute. I will be cleaning them up with the concealer just in a few minutes, but this is just helps to separate all of the eyebrow hairs and place them on together. I do not like the laminated look. I'm sure you've seen it before where the eyebrow hairs are like sticking out. I do like more of a sleek brow. What you could do is also press on it and then press on it and also brush again, like so. We are now ready for the next step, which will be a concealer. I will be using Say concealer. This is one that you could either get on Sephora or on Amazon. It is quite on the pricier side. You could use e.l.f. Camo concealer. Is beautiful. I've been using it for so long, but today I want to use this one because it matches my shade a little more. And I'll just use a brush like so. This is a flat brush. This just helps to get that nice thin line, but usually this brush is used to smudge out an eyeliner. You saw what I did here is just what I brought the excess of the concealer that I already applied downwards, and I want to clean up a little around my eyebrow. We're not giving ourselves a 2016 eyebrow. There we have it. If you have any excess of the concealer, you could dab it over to the spots, just like a spot correction. I want to add in a little bit of concealer over to the under eyes, but I'm not putting it right on the inner corners. I'm just adding it where the eye dips. If you could see here, like I have a dip here. I'm just going to add it right here, like a concealer right where it dips. If you don't have such dip, you're lucky. No hurt feelings though, just you're lucky. I was born with these dips. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm already loving the finish. I just have to blend it all out and we are good to go. All right, so I have allowed the concealer to kind of soak in a little bit. Sometimes if we don't have that much time in the morning, you don't have to do that. It just keeps the coverage a little more thicker. So I would suggest that if you have a little more time. But for the concealer, we're just going to tap it into skin. So with tapping motions, I'm going to drag it a little bit over or stretch it over to the inner corner. This way the whole eye gets covered. Do you see this magic? But yeah, this is a technique, very lightweight because we only used our finger. We don't need much product in order to achieve such nice finish. Just going to lightly tap all over face just to make sure everything is nice and blended. Make sure that you have reached out over to every crease under your nose, your eye. This way everything seems very nice and seamless. We're gonna do the same thing on this side. Let's do that with my less dominant hand because otherwise we're not going to be in focus. Chef's kiss. Now for the forehead, we're just going to use the tap motions as well. And this side. And now a little bit on the lid. I am now stretching over the neck so that it all blends out by using just the leftovers with a brush. Alright, so the base makeup is now completely finished. We are ready for our powders. So I'm going to be using Insta Ready Face and Under Eye Setting Powder. This comes in She Glam, and this is a duo for the loose and pressed powder. I'm not going to be using the pressed powder because pressed powder is usually used for retouch in my opinion, but you can use it if you like it a lot more. I'll be using the loose powder and it comes in pink. As you may already know, pink is in very nice trend right now, and it's coming in handy because it does brighten the face a lot. But if you do have kind of a darker skin tone, I would suggest going with yellow instead. So I'm just going to lightly tap all over my face just to make it a little more matte and set everything we have done. Since we did add glowy products, you could already tell that my finish underneath is beautiful still, meaning it's still glowy, it still looks like skin. And since we mattify it, it does feel like you actually have nothing on, and it just really feels like skin after all. Because usually skin is not so glowy like this. It looks more oily when that happens. So just make sure that you add in powders. Powders are very important. I've also learned that a hard way, and I learned that very recently. So take notes, you guys. Alright, like I said, you see the finish is still nice and glowy, but it does look like I have less of shine that looks like, I would say, oil. So we don't want to look sweaty. We want to look like we have nice and healthy skin. And these products that we applied underneath is what makes it look like this. Alright, now we're going to finish up the face makeup with our blush. I'm going to be using the Revolution blush drops. It's also a very nice product. I love the smell of this. Just going to apply a little bit. And I have applied it over to the powder just because I want it to look like I am blushing. And this one has a very thin pigment. It doesn't have too much pigment, so it's okay. Since I did add the products correctly, it's not gonna start peeling. I love the finish so much. I want to add whatever is left on here or to my lips so that it has a cute pinkish tint like so. And I want to finish off with the same lip balm that I have used. Like I said, I don't want to add in too many products over to my lips, so what I'm going to do is apply it over to my finger. This one comes out like so, and moisturize it. That's it, we have it. Next tip would be for those who tend to sweat a lot, especially in their face or head. I used to be a sweaty girl in general. Like, I would just sweat a lot because the ACs were old. The air system in school that I went to was horrible, so I was exceeding with oil from my face. So this would be the reason why I had like mascara stuck all over my eyelid and it was bleeding through it. So therefore I wanted to just make sure that it doesn't happen anymore to any of you. And what I learned is not just waterproof mascara, but tubing mascara is a magic mascara because it will only remove in clumps and it would not stain your eye. So that is why I love it so much. Not that it's waterproof, but more because if it does get removed or gets in contact with water, it just comes off. This is what I'm going to be using, but you could use any other brand. I'm not sure if any other brand has created any tubing mascara as of right now. This is the only one I have been using. And I feel like that is just the biggest tip for this type of makeup because I used to sweat a lot in school and no one would ever tell me that I have mascara on my lid. I would only find out either when I get to the bathroom, which I did not like to go to, or when I got home. And I would be looking silly throughout the whole time. So I had to remember to wipe off my lids just once in a while to not look silly. Alright, you guys, this is the makeup look. I know it may seem very repetitive, but you guys, these products are very nice and glowy and also hydrating and very minimal for the school times, especially. If you're looking to do any type of look that would look like you have nothing on, this will be the perfect look. I have very healthy looking skin. I only have a lip product that is very visible and also the eyes. Other than that, everything seems to match my skin really well and also very glowy and have nice tint to it, which I think looks perfect. Other than that, I think it's perfect look for any occasion and also office work as well if you are already grown. But once again, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope it gives you some ideas to put products that I've used, also some techniques to your skills. I hope that I'm very helpful. I'm taking some courses right now, so it should benefit my videos because I'm throwing some new ideas and new skills that I'm learning throughout the process. But to wrap this all around, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope it helped you. I hope you gave you some ideas. If you think that I should try any type of makeup routine later, write them in the comments below. I want to hear your opinion, your thoughts, and everything. Like always, I try to answer as much as possible, so don't forget to do that either on my Instagram or on here. I try to reply as much as possible. Thank you again for watching this video. I will be seeing you on the next one. Goodbye.